The JR Pass is dead.
Go kill.
Starting October 1st, 2023, the nationwide JR Pass, also known as Japan Rail Pass, saw a massive price increase across the board. The ordinary 7-day pass went from 29,650 yen to 50,000 yen, a whopping 70% price hike. The notion that the pass costs roughly the same as a Shinkansen round trip from Osaka to Tokyo is now officially obsolete. Now, many of you might think that this would mean a trip to Japan will become significantly more expensive. You are right, but only if you are hell-bent on still buying the nationwide JR Pass.
Don't do it, Carmen!
Today I'm going to explain why the JR Pass price hike is unlikely to affect your trip, and the so many more affordable options you have that you didn't know. Let's get started. First of all, you should know that most people traveling to Japan didn't need a Japan Rail Pass in the first place. It is a common misconception that a nationwide JR Pass is a must-have for any Japan trip, but that couldn't be further from the truth. The Japan Rail Pass is only fit for those having extremely tight travel plans over moderate to long distances, which I highly suggest against. It was never a good idea to let yourself to be held hostage to the Japan Rail Pass and move from place to place non-stop just to get value. Your priority should always be the enjoyment of your trip. People I would actually recommend the pass to are those needed to take long-distance Shinkansen round trips in a very short period of time. But after the price increase, that trip will have to be at least from Tokyo to Sapporo for you to actually save money, which is on a whole new level of insanity because that ride's more than 16 hours long. When you're traveling distances like that, a plane will usually be much faster and a lot cheaper. Even if you've decided that the 8 hours must be spent on a train, there are better and cheaper commuter pass options. Which brings me to my second point. Aside from the nationwide Japan Rail Pass, there are tons of regional JR passes issued by different JR branches. While these passes may not cover as vast an area as the Japan Rail Pass, they allow for more realistic and well-planned travel itineraries that let you fully explore specific parts of Japan's beauty. Some regional passes are co-issued by multiple JR branches, so if you want better coverage, you've got it too. Before you ask, yes, these passes were also hit by the price increase, but not as much, making them significantly better deals than the Japan Rail Pass. Therefore, I highly recommend those of you considering buying the Japan Rail Pass to explore regional pass alternatives. But how do you go about it? Well, let me show you some easy and quick steps to choose a regional JR Pass.
I know Kung Fu.
Before we begin, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. It's crucial to understand that even regional JR passes aren't always the cheapest travel option and shouldn't be the default choice for every Japan trip. If you can do without the fastest trains, there are often more economical alternatives.
This is the Nozomi Super Express.
For instance, a Shinkansen ride from Osaka to Kyoto could cost for up to 3,280 yen, whereas the Hankyu private train is only 410 yen. No travel pass can save you that much. And I recommend buying the pass only if you have to take the more expensive Shinkansen or limited express trains, especially over longer distances. With that out of the way, let's see how you should choose a regional pass for your trip. To narrow down your search, area coverage of these regional JR passes corresponds to the branch of the JR group issuing them. For example, if you plan to explore the Kansai area, you should check out JR West. If you're heading to Tokyo and the surrounding region, JR East is where you should begin your search. Simply search for their official website and you'll find all the available passes along with usage info. When you've chosen a JR branch, you may still have a variety of passes to consider, especially with the more popular branches like JR West and JR East. Here's how I typically make my selection. First, identify the two destinations in your itinerary that are farthest apart. Let's call them A and B. Then, Find the JR Pass that includes both A and B that has the smallest area coverage, which usually makes it the cheapest. After that, just to quickly see if the pass offers good value, I would do a Google Maps search to see how much a round trip from A to B on the fastest train would cost. If the pass is quite a bit cheaper than the round trip, then it's usually safe to assume that this is a good pass to buy for your trip. And you'll get your money's worth if you do a full round trip, or only go from A to B one way, but make multiple stops in between for a more in-depth experience, or both. Let me demonstrate this with an example. Suppose you're planning a trip from A Osaka to B Hakata, which falls within JR West's operational area. Visit JR West's website and review the available passes. You'll notice options like the Sanyo-Sanin Area Pass, the JR West All Area Pass, the Seto Uchi Area Pass, and the Sanyo-Sanin Northern Kyushu Pass, all connecting Osaka to Hakata. However, the Seto Uchi Area Pass covers the least area and is the most affordable, priced at 22,000 yen for 7 days. According to Google Maps, a Shinkansen round trip between Shin-Osaka Station and Hakata Station costs around 32,040 yen, significantly more than the pass's price, indicating that the pass offers excellent cost-effectiveness. Just to demonstrate that a more in-depth one-way trip also works, if you make a one-way trip from Shin-Osaka to Hakata with 3 stops along the way, the total ticket cost is 24,250 yen, saving you 2,250 yen. So even if you don't take the full round trip, you still get value from your purchase. Once you've chosen a pass using this method, you should still visit the information page and thoroughly check the details. Ensure that the pass covers all the places you intend to visit. Understand which JR lines it includes. Determine the types of trains you're allowed to use. Check if it permits seat reservations, and verify if there are any limitations on the number of seat reservations. If everything aligns with your plans, congratulations, you've found the perfect pass for your trip. If you're unsure how to actually use it when you are in Japan, you should definitely check out my JR Pass how-to video here. But again, I want to emphasize that even regional JR passes are primarily for those taking faster and more expensive trains. They are often not the cheapest travel option and should not be your default choice. Okay, that's it for today's video. I hope I've made your trip planning just a little bit easier. And as always, have a fantastic trip.